Good evening. As many colleges are entering into the midterm season at this time of the school year, staff members are facing a new obstacle: cheating on exams.
Many schools and instructors are concerned about the academic misconduct, with most students taking classes virtually at home.
As COVID restrictions put a halt to NATE's in-person open house this year, students are still able to get a full experience virtually this weekend. Chelsea McKay has more on this story.
Hello and welcome to Second Edition News. The UCP government has released plans for its provincial budget, with post-secondary schools taking a considerable hit.
The UCP will cut advanced education by 6% for the coming year. Tate Laycraft has the story on how these cuts will affect NATE. You know, guys, it's going to be good weather for both Calgary and Edmonton to put up some Christmas lights. And with a low chance of flurries, it's unlikely that your ladder is going to slip out from underneath you. Well, let's start with our forecasts. In Calgary, we have a high of 2 and a low of -2. So if you want to go out for a walk, it'll be a great time to do so, maybe even hit the slopes. And in Jasper, it's going to be a little bit colder with a low of -12 and a high of -7. If you are going to go skiing in Jasper or spend the weekend away, make sure you're following all social distancing guidelines and you bundle up a little bit. And in Fort McMurray, we're going to have a high of -1 and a low of -6 and very little chance of showers, and it's going to be mainly sunny. And moving on to our Edmonton forecast. It's going to have a high of -1 and a low of -7. It's going to be a 30% chance of flurries, but that's only early in the morning. It's supposed to be nice and sunny in the afternoon. And with our averages, we have an average high of -2 and an average low of 11. And with our records being at 13 degrees high in 1956 and a record low of -33 in 1887. The weather is going to be great this weekend. Make sure you're getting up all those decorations before it gets cold again. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys in the studio. The Alberta government is making major cuts to Alberta Health Services. The UCP announced that its plans to cut 11,000 jobs, which is intended to save Alberta up to $600 million a year.
Any involuntary reductions will be minimal. This is about the contracting out of certain pieces like labs and laundry. As well as the management position review. That's really what we're talking about here.
The budget cuts are said not to affect any part of the COVID-19 response and cause no major delays in wait times.
Remembrance Day was this week and most ceremonies were held online.
But one veteran took the opportunity to pay his respects in a unique way. Destiny Meilleur has the story.
Thanks, guys. Remembrance Day this year looked a little bit different, with most ceremonies being online and people are encouraged to remember individually. But one veteran took this a whole new way. He decided that if we're going to decorate for Halloween and Christmas, why not decorate for Remembrance Day?
Remembrance Day, people put on a poppy, but they don't really think about it until the actual day of. And this way here, it gives me a chance to honor some of the people that I have served with as well.
Longstaff felt like this year especially, we needed to do something more for the veterans. He handmade a display for his front yard. He also said that many other veterans have displays like this up all year round because for them, Remembrance Day is every day.
To me, it's important that we don't forget the sacrifices of all our servicemen and women over the years, from World War I on to our 13-year war in Afghanistan.
This year, poppy sales are declining, with less stores having out boxes and the stores with boxes having them in different locations than usual. Poppy-themed masks are helping offset lagging donations. They started out as gifts for veterans in shared housing, but demand inspired the Legion to sell them to the public at a $10 donation. Over 200,000 masks were sold.
Everywhere else that I'm hearing about is dropping off, and I imagine ours probably will be as well. And I know a lot of people are now making the donations online through the Alberta Northwest Territory Command.
Benjamin Druin, a World War II reenactor, says even though this year everything was online or distant, he found most people still took the time to remember and honor the veterans by themselves. Even though he was disappointed he couldn't remember in the way he normally would.
Most important part of remembrance, it's honestly just making sure that we, pay our respects to the men themselves that did the things they did, went overseas.
The Alberta government has made veteran license plates available to anybody who has at least 3 years of active service on the RCMP. Remembrance Day this year looked a little bit different, but lest we forget the soldiers and the sacrifice they made for our country. This has been Destiny Meilleur for Nate Newswatch.